Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, we have an exciting and wonderful story about the quest for immortality, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It's an honor to have you here. Now, let's dive into the story. In the ancient city of Uruk, there ruled a mighty king named Gilgamesh, a man of strength beyond human limits, with a heart of ambition that even the gods could not ignore. Yet, despite his power, a shadow loomed over Gilgamesh. He was haunted by a fear that no weapon could vanquish, the inevitability of death. One day, the gods sent a challenge to humble him, a wild man named Enkidu. Born of the earth, Enkidu was just as powerful and untamed as Gilgamesh himself. They fought fiercely in the streets of Uruk, but instead of enemies, they became inseparable friends, bonded by respect and shared adventures. Together, they took on challenges that mortals would only dream of. They ventured into the enchanted cedar forest, where trees reached to the heavens and shadows hid ancient secrets. There, they confronted the terrifying Humbaba, a monster with a gaze of fire and a roar that shook the earth. Gilgamesh and Enkidu fought with courage and skill, defeating the beast and gaining eternal glory. But not without a price. The gods, angered by Gilgamesh's growing pride, struck down his beloved friend Enkidu with a fatal illness. Gilgamesh watched helplessly as his friend slipped away, leaving him shattered. With Enkidu's death, Gilgamesh was forced to confront the truth. Even the strongest must face the final silence. Consumed by grief and the terror of his own mortality, Gilgamesh set out on a journey beyond the edges of the known world. He would seek out the legendary Utnapishtim, the one human granted eternal life by the gods after surviving a great flood. Through blistering deserts and the shadowed land of darkness, Gilgamesh traveled, defying dangers at every turn. He crossed the waters of death and finally stood before Utnapishtim, begging him to reveal the secret of immortality. Utnapishtim told him, "Life and death are woven together. What mortal can escape?" But Utnapishtim gave Gilgamesh one chance, to stay awake for 7 days as a test of his endurance. Despite his best efforts, Gilgamesh succumbed to sleep, his human limitations undeniable. Utnapishtim, moved by Gilgamesh's desperation, offered him one last hope, a magical plant at the bottom of the sea that could restore youth. With renewed hope, Gilgamesh dived into the depths and emerged triumphant, the glowing plant clutched in his hand. He rejoiced, finally holding the answer to life's greatest mystery. But while he rested, a cunning serpent slithered in and devoured the plant, shedding its skin as a sign of rebirth. Gilgamesh's hope for immortality vanished in an instant, snatched away by fate. Heartbroken yet wiser, Gilgamesh returned to Uruk, understanding at last that immortality was not in endless life, but in the legacy one leaves behind. He ruled his people with compassion and wisdom, becoming a king whose name would live on through ages. And so, the story of Gilgamesh reminds us, we cannot escape death, but we can live in such a way that our deeds echo long after we're gone. And that's the end of our story. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you next time with another thrilling story.